Huntington is West Virginia's second-largest city and is located in the southwest corner of the state. The city sits on the border of West Virginia and Ohio and has influence from Appalachian, Southern, Middle Atlantic, and Middle West culture. It is often called one of the northernmost cities of the South. The Harris Riverfront Park is a favorite park of locals. Many concerts and community activities are held here. Sometimes there are free open-air movies. The park is located between the city's flat wall and the Ohio River. On the opposite shore, we can see the beautiful river and Ohio town. It makes me think of a phrase I once heard: life is not lacking of beauty, but lacking of eyes to find the beauty. From Harris Riverfront Park, we arrive at Huntington Art Museum, which is the largest art museum in West Virginia. The museum displays paintings, sculptures, prints, and sketches, porcelain, silverware, furniture, and other works of art from North America and Europe. It also features all kinds of colorful glass products made in West Virginia and the Ohio Valley, American folk art, Chinese and Japanese decorations, Haitian art, gants, and Near Eastern decorative art.
看到了这幅画，让我想起了一首诗：少小离家老大回，乡音未改鬓毛衰。这里面还有一些油画是日本的一些画家画的。
The Fred Edwards Greenhouse is located at the entrance of the museum. It's a subtropical and tropical plants greenhouse. There are many plants and organisms from all over the world to see. In order to get a local's perspective, we met up with Les, a local veteran. Let's ask him some questions.
So tell me a little
was cutting grass. When I turned 14, I went to work at a food man. When I graduated high school at 17, I volunteered, went to the military, went to Vietnam, got out of Nam, went to Fort Stewart, and over to Germany for 12 or 14 months. As soon as I got out of there, I went to work in the coal fields, the strip jobs, doing repairs on equipment for 6 years. Then I started working on the river, and I've been there ever since.
So you have been living in West Virginia all your life, right?
Well, West Virginia and Ohio. It's basically just across the river.
So what was it like when you were a kid?
I lived on a mountain that there was probably 12 families, so we were kind of a close-knit community. Everybody watched out for each other. There was basically no technology at the time to speak of. Everybody was honorable, truthful, and the community kind of policed itself.
So what kind of changes have you seen up to this point?
The economy grew. I mean, businesses are still bringing businesses in. We have some parks where it's all, like in South Point where I live, they have a park, industrial park. They're still bringing businesses in. A group of the city founders formed an LLC company where they purchase property. They make deals on the taxes. They go ahead and build the buildings for people to lease out, and then they go find the companies to come and lease it. This area is good because we have major highways, major waterways, and major railways. It's good for businesses to come into and shipping. Plus, we have several airports.
So what's the local culture like here?
Basically, the people are friendly, hardworking, and 50-50 on the religious end. A lot of people are really religious, which is good. It helps keep morals up, keeps positive attitudes. The government in this area seems to try hard to help people. It's just tough times sometimes with the economy, but they do a good job.
So in this area, do families close to each other more than other states?
Most of the families are close. They still, for like they were 50 years ago, they get together for reunions, holidays. But due to the work ethics now, you have people working on day shifts, people working on night shifts, people traveling and working. The family culture is not as close as it used to be because everyone used to be in one area working all the time, and work basically the same schedule. So it's a little harder for families to get together now than it used to be.
Yeah, definitely. I know pepperoni roll is one of the local favorites, right? What are some other local food?
Junk food, hamburgers, stuff like that. Americans like to eat a lot. They're not healthy, but they're good food.
Yeah, what about some food that's specifically from here, this area?
Pizza's a big thing on people's diets. They love pizza. We have some wild game restaurants here with bear, turkey, grouse, different items like that you can't find in a lot of places. And they prepare it in the ways they used to, and it really tastes good. Deer, people love deer in this area. They love the deer hunt. They close the schools down for 2 weeks for deer hunting season. And this is a really big item in this area for food.
So what do local people normally do in the summer? What are the activities?
In the summertime, they go boating, kayaking. Some people parachute. We have a company here where you can go up and parachute and skydive. Fishing and soccer, basketball, football. And a lot of people like to shoot weapons here, so the shooting range here are pretty busy. Mostly have indoor ranges also for winter time. unless it's 0 temperatures. But they enjoy getting out. They enjoy getting in the snow, skiing and other things in the snow.
Do you say people from West Virginia, they're more friendly than other states?
There's West Virginia, Tennessee, the southern states in the country seem to be more friendly than the ones in the north. It's a cultural thing. West Virginians if you get out away from the major cities, you have a problem, they'll help you. If you need a place to stay, they'll invite you into their home, give you food, a bed to sleep in, or a couch to sleep on. And they're really caring people. Then most of the country thinks they're a little backwards, hillbillies, but most West Virginians are proud to be called a hillbilly because that stands for honesty, courtesy, respect in our
So what are some of the misconceptions that people have about West Virginia, but you would like to address?
They think they're backwards people, in which some are not as educated as others, and they may be ignorant of some things going on in the world because they're isolated in small pockets in the mountains. I don't know any other bad things people think about West Virginians. Once they talk to them, get to know them, they love them, they're proud, they're honest, they're patriotic to the country. West Virginia, World War II, had many people volunteered to go, fight the communists in Germany, but they had just as many people as a lot of the larger states. They're really a patriotic state.
So, one last question. What message do you have for people coming to visit Huntington?
To Huntington? Enjoy the culture, check out the riverfront, mingle with the college students, check up on the history of Huntington in the area because it's pretty interesting, and stay safe.
Not far from the coffee shop is Pullman Square, where you will find a variety of shops, restaurants, as well as a movie theater. As we walked down the street, we arrived at a place called the Market, a local flavor. It's a great place to get the local flavor.这个是有机的芒果黑茶，还好不是很苦。We decided to stop for lunch at the Frostop, Established in 1959, it is located near Marshall University and the Cable Hospital. They make delicious hamburgers, hot dogs, and are famous for their root beer. This icon of 50s and 60s is the only Frostop in West Virginia. Marshall University isn't far away and reminding me of the Marshall football team plane crash.
这个大学是以 John Marshall 的名字命名的。
On November 14, 1970, Southern Airways Flight 932, a charter flight from Kingston, North Carolina to Kenova, West Virginia, hit some trees and crashed just before arriving at the Tri-State Airport in Huntington. All 75 passengers on the plane were killed, including 37 Marshall University football players, 8 football coaches, and head coach Rick Trolley. The 2006 film Where Marshall also describes this incident. If you happen to come through in October, you can't miss the Kenova Pumpkin House, a long-time local tradition. It will be our last stop while here. The house is surrounded by around 3,000 carved pumpkins on display. It attracts many visitors and locals alike. Features a lot of delicious carnival foods. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you next time.